What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles. Coming at you today with a figure review. Today we're going to take a look at Stan the Man Lee. This is a Hasbro Legend figure that they did to, I guess, to commemorate Stan Lee and his accomplishments with all of our favorite superheroes. As we all know, he was one of the original creators of teams like the X-Men and Avengers and so many more characters out there. So he definitely holds a place in all of our hearts as collectors. So Hasbro did a figure that will fit in with the Marvel Legends line, and here we have it right in front of us. So let's take a quick look at the box. This is a really nice box if you're an in-box collector, as it has Stan Lee's signature on the front window of that, as well as his signature on the shield. So he has Captain America's shield with him. There's a couple other accessories that we'll talk about once we get him out of the box. But it's a really nice window package box if you wanted to leave him in the box this way. Flipping on around, we've got one of his famous words that he used quite often, Excelsior, as well as his signature again on the side. On the back, product image of the actual figure itself, and they have a kind of one of the movie posters for the original Avengers movie. And this says here that this is inspired by Stan Lee's cameo as a skeptical chess player in Marvel's The Avengers. So that's the reason the poster is there. Again, we have the same box art on this side as we did on the other with Excelsior, and back around to the front. Now, as far as the box that they, decided to go with, we can see that it does mimic the 80-year anniversary boxes that Hasbro has been doing, for the Iron Man cap, Thor, multiple different 80-year boxes. We can compare that to what we typically see in the standard Marvel Legends line, which is this style window packaging here. So just to kind of give you that comparison to how they did there with the Stan Lee box. So really nice. I really like the Stan Lee box. I like the 80-year boxes. I tend to lean toward those a little more as far as my enjoyment of the box with these styles. So let's go ahead and pop Stan Lee out of his box and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got Stan out of his packaging and here on our table. So just take a quick look at accessories. So we do have a frequently used Captain America shield here. It's got a kind of a real nice, almost like chrome, shiny paint on it. I know sometimes with the cap shield, we've seen more of a kind of a duller, flat looking paint. This one definitely has kind of more of a glossy sheen to it, so it looks really nice. Again, it does have his signature there across it. Mine had a little bit of damage out of the box. It definitely looks like a manufacturer flaw there right above the E, but not too bad, nothing that's real noticeable. On the back, just have kind of your standard arm belts there that he can slide his arm through in order to hold this guy. And then he also come with a little portfolio type briefcase. Looks nice enough, as does have paint there on the clips to open it. This doesn't have any type of a handle for him to hold it in his hand, but I think you can kind of place that under his arm and let him hold it under his arm. I'm not sure if this was maybe an iconic type of briefcase that maybe he carried or was seen carrying a lot, back during his time as a writer, editor, and chief for Marvel, whatever he was at that time. So if you know, feel free to leave that in the comments. I'd be interested to know if this holds some type of real significance to Stan. So looking at the figure, Stan looks great. I'm very impressed with Hasbro's paint work on this guy, how they really did a fine job on, if you look at like even his glasses. Those are his signature glasses there. You can see that, you know, they did a fantastic job in the lines. It's not a sloppy looking paint job on those. It does have a little bit of a translucentness to the actual lens, so you can see you know, that he does have his eyes behind there. I'm not sure how good that's showing up on camera. Iconic mustache there and smile. Kind of got his hair combed back, as we so often saw, especially and when he was a little younger there. So it looks really, really good. It did a pretty good job here as far as the articulation on this guy's head as well. So going right on into articulation, you can see that he can look down a good bit. He can look up a good bit. It kind of gives a little bit of a weird look there under the jaw and the neck if you go up a lot, but still looks good. We can get the full 360 there. As far as his arms, we can get up to there, all the way around. They did a good job of making sure that the jacket here is not hindering you know, his arm articulation at all. So that's nice. Same thing on the other side. And then we got a good bit of ab crunch. I like that. And then back a good bit. It does kind of create that look there, which is not too nice, but you know, it gives you a good range of motion there. So this jacket is soft, so that will help allow a lot of that articulation to take place. We've got the spin at the waist. Moving on down the arms, full swivel on the bicep. We do have the double jointed elbows in there. So those will get plenty of range of motion there. And then your standard Marvel Legends articulation at the wrist, full 360, and a little bit of a hinge there. So really nice. Moving on down, get out to about there. Do have the full 360 swivel at the top of the thigh. Get our leg up to about there. Definitely got the double jointed knees there. So you can see that real nice movement there. And then your standard articulation here in the foot for Stan Lee. Get a nice little range of motion there. So I really like this figure. Stan was definitely someone that I would have loved to have met at some point in his life, and was really never able to. He did come to our comic convention here in Charlotte, North Carolina one time, and I wasn't able to do it at that time. It's pretty pricey in order to be able to meet him and have him sign something. I think it was like $250 for the pass, not including your pass to get into the convention. So it was rather expensive and wasn't able to do it. But I have been able to purchase a lot of signed comic books. In fact, my Hulk 181 is signed by Stan Lee. So pretty neat. Definitely one of my all-time heroes, I would say, in the comic book collecting world. Let's pull out a few size comparisons for you and we'll wrap up our video. All right, guys, so here's a little bit of a size comparison for you. We can see that, you know, obviously the Hulk dwarfs Mr. Stan Lee there, but he is slightly shorter than even your standard, you know, male Marvel Legend there. That's Mr. Fantastic from the Walgreens exclusive wave. So you can see he just stands a hair shorter, which is good. I think that's probably very accurate. If we were to have these guys in real life, I think that's a pretty good representation of Stan Lee. So let me know what you guys think of this Stan Lee figure in the comments. I love hearing from you. Till next time, stay safe.